Good evening, free agents. It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming back to you. Hope this live show finds you all doing well and on hump day, having a great week. I'm in paradise, so even though I have struggles at times, my days and weeks are wonderful. I wake up and I'm gearing up for the second half of my business because college basketball is coming up. And so I've got a channel where I do some college basketball stuff in addition to Next Chapter Forward. So I'm gearing up, doing things. And so my voice, I've been talking all day. So my voice is a little shot. So you'll see me going between the tea and the water. So don't mind me. All right. So today is a really good topic because do it yourself versus expert, the $10,000 mistake most men over 50 make. Okay. So let me give you my story with my relocation experience. So for those that are new, I'm point guard Stephen Bardo, former professional basketball player for 10 years, played with Dallas, Detroit, and San Antonio of the NBA, and then played in Italy, Spain, France, Germany, Venezuela, and Japan overseas. After that, I went into a 25-year career, national college basketball broadcaster, also broadcasted games with the Milwaukee Bucks, Chicago Bulls, and in the WNBA Chicago Sky. So I'm all over this basketball thing until I relocated and had to get the hell out of Dodge. I had to leave the United States. The microaggressions, the incident where I got removed off the flight. I was going to work from Chicago to San Francisco, got into it with a racist flight attendant, got removed off the flight, threatened to sue the airline, got a settlement. And once the season was over, I was out. Okay. So my experience, I made an emotional choice. Now I knew I wanted to relocate, but that expedited my decision. Okay. So I was more emotional instead of strategic. Now, what I was is very fortunate because I had been to Playa del Carmen where I relocated to. I'd been here on vacation probably close to 10 times in the 3 to 3.5 years previous to me relocating here. And so I said, I knew I needed to get out of the United States. I loved visiting Playa. I thought, well, man, let me try this. I didn't have a plan. I'm fortunate that I've made good money and I've done pretty well with my money. So I've got a buffer where I make mistakes. It doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. And I'm going to get into this. I have made thousands of dollars worth of mistakes in this move. And I'll share that with you. But one of the reasons that I think I've been successful in coming down here without a plan and all that and wasting thousands of dollars is because I'm a former professional athlete. We are trained to be comfortable when we're uncomfortable. Most people aren't trained like that. Most people can't stand to be uncomfortable more than a few moments. It's a weird feeling for a lot of people. And when people are uncomfortable, they usually become emotional. And when you become emotional, you don't make decisions that are in your best interest. Okay. So I got down here. I overpaid for my first place, but boy, was it worth it. I had a studio condo that had a private pool on the top of it. That when I was sitting in my private pool, I could look out and see the Caribbean Ocean. And I've shared this before. I cried many days up there, shedding the racial trauma that I picked up in the United States over the 58 years that I lived there. 57. Yeah, 57 years that I lived there. And so, but I still overpaid because I could have gotten a similar property for less money than I paid. Now, I didn't got that badly. I probably paid about $250 more than I probably should have, but it was worth it. It was a new place. It was right off the water, right off a couple blocks off the ocean. The pool was fantastic, and I'm telling you guys, I healed in that pool. For the first 6 months I was down here, I healed in that place. Okay. Then I moved to a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in a very popular development that's in the middle of everything. Okay. I overpaid a little bit for that. Probably another $150, $200. I could have gotten a little bit less. But the central location and the fact that I had a 2-bedroom where my son was able to come and spend a couple months with me, my best friend was able to come down and spend time with me, was perfect, right? Now, the place I moved in now, I'm paying what I need to pay. I'm paying $1,000 for this 1-bedroom place in a wonderful neighborhood. I'm not far. I'm maybe 6 blocks from where I was before. But I'm in a space that really fits what I need. If I could, I would turn my camera to the side. I'm a little scared to, but there's this huge sofa sleeper it's the biggest one I think I've seen, that if someone comes, 2 or 3 people could actually sleep on this thing very comfortably. So me thinking I needed to get a 2-bedroom for the people that want to come visit, I don't think that was the right move. So all I'm getting at, guys, is that I overspent. I trusted this relocation service that was a scam. I wasted $1,500 on that. I was referred to another attorney that didn't speak good English, and that's something that I don't advise you all to do. I was like, I can do it. Wasted another $500 on that. What else? There's a couple other purchases that I didn't need to make. And coming down here without a plan, there was some anxiety. There was some anxiety-filled days. I'm thinking like, bro, you're throwing a 25-year national television career away. You're one of the best in the country, and you're throwing it all away? Yes, I did. And now I can look back on it and say it's the best decision of my life. But when I first did it without a plan, I got to, the emotion creeps up because I'm feeling my way through it. I'm still uncomfortable. I'm still shedding this racial trauma. But boy, it would have been so much better to have a coach, a teammate that has either been through it or going through it that could help me eliminate some of these things that brought me additional anxiety. Okay. Now, I didn't get to be a professional athlete on my own. Now, I worked my behind off. I did. I'm a hard worker. I got that from my parents. But anybody that you all will meet or you take the time to talk to and you really talk to them, the most successful people in the world, I don't care what any career they're in, the most successful people in the world have a coach. You can't get to your highest level by yourself. The mind is too strong. It will work. It will play tricks on you. I'll give you an example. When you guys go to work out and you feel tired, do you know that when your body tells you you're tired, you still have about 40%, 50% of your capacity left in your body? If you don't have a coach, you don't know that, and you can't tap into that level. You can't get to that next level by yourself because most people aren't trained to overcome their own minds. Okay? Now, put that in the context of you leaving everything that you've known for your whole life. You don't even think about the grocery store that you go to. When you have a toothache, you don't even think about the dentist you call. It's subconscious because you've done it so many times. Okay? When you relocate to another country, everything is brand new. Everything. Now, I wasn't totally starting from ground zero because I had established relationships on the vacation trips that I took down here. I'm a blessed brother. I'm not going to lie, y'all. The Creator has looked out for me my whole life. Some people call him God. I call him Creator. Some people call him a man. Some people call him a woman. I call him a creator. Okay. The Creator has looked out for me my whole life because I met Michael, and Michael opened up a lot of possibilities for me. But a lot of people that make this relocation stuff on their own, they don't have a Michael. They don't have a brother that they can trust, that they've developed a relationship with, that can hold their hand through some of the things. So I can call Michael on anything. But I don't like to bother people. So I would get into my own uncomfortableness, I'm making a word up, to get out and find things on my own because I'm trying to learn the language. I'm trying to be uncomfortable. Most people aren't comfortable enough to be uncomfortable. Most people can't sit there and talk to somebody in a different language and you pick up maybe 10 to 15% of what they're saying. And then you ask them to repeat it slowly. Repetir más despacio, por favor. Right? And then they repeat it slowly, or they figure out that you can't speak Spanish and they speak a little bit of English with Spanish and you figure it out. But most Americans, how many times have you seen an American be patient with a foreigner that doesn't speak English in the United States? How many times have you seen that? Because I never saw it. In my 57 years living in the United States, I never saw an American citizen where there was someone that was struggling with English that they were patient with, unless they were working and they had to, because that's how they fed themselves. But outside of that, somebody on the street or somebody that needed assistance or something like that, and they didn't speak English, I'd see people just walk away from people in mid-sentence. That doesn't happen generally overseas. People in the 25 countries that I've been to, about 19, 20 of them, people are very, very patient. Very patient. That is not generally the case. Americans are not patient people. And it stands to reason. America is not a patient place. It's a money grab. The system of America is designed to extract you from your resources. It's designed to put you to work so that when you make the money, they nickel and dime it away from you in the form of taxes, in the form of subscriptions, in the form of insurance, in the form of car repairs, in the form of school fees. All these little a death by 1,000 cuts is what America is. It is not like that in different parts of the world. So here's the deal, guys. How much do you value your time and your sanity? How much do you value your time and your sanity? Because let me paint a picture for you. When you leave the comforts of what you've known for your whole life, if you don't have someone on the ground that can assist you, or you haven't made relationships beforehand, or you don't have a teammate that can help you navigate this stuff, that you can reach back and call and be like, you know what? This particular realtor, I'm not necessarily vibing with her, or he kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't necessarily like him. Can you help me find someone else? Sure. Think about that. What kind of relief is that to you? How much money would that save you? Because here's what a lot of people do, fellas and free agents. A lot of people will come and get an Airbnb for a couple of weeks and then go and find a place. Right? Now, I'm going to give you a tidbit on something. Here's a cheat code for when you go and make your scouting trip, or you're going to relocate. This works both ways, okay? So you go, let's say you go into Panama and you find the Facebook groups, the Black Facebook groups that are in Panama. You join them. They're very easy to join. For a week, you don't really say anything. You just go in and look at the post. You get a feel of what people are talking about. Okay? This is how I found this place right here. What you do, and I can give you a sample post that you can plug and play exactly what you want in it. Whether you want a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 1-bedroom, you want a studio, you want to be close to the water, you want to be on the other side of the highway so you can save more money. You want to be close to Plaza Las Americas, which is a nice area on the other side of the highway, which a lot of Black people that live in Playa del Carmen, they're out there. A lot of guys in our group, our Thursday night Taco Thursday group that live out there because they get, shoot, Rudo and his wife have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and they pay $1,100. They got 3 pools on the property. One of them has a swim-up bar, a full workout facility. I mean, guys, I'm telling y'all, this is facts. Okay. You make a post in these Facebook groups. You say, I'm looking for such and such, and these are my parameters. I'm coming to visit. I want to work with a realtor to locate a place that will satisfy my needs. And if I find that satisfactory, I will work with you in relocating into this property. I'll give you my time frame. Here's what that post does, guys. You don't have to go out and try to do this on your own. What happens is I had 18 realtors hit that post. I saw 14 properties before I made a decision on here. They all came to me based on that one Facebook post. You guys haven't heard that before, have you? See, that's a little insider tip. Okay. So if you're going to make a scouting trip to whatever country that you're thinking about going to, and I would suggest you make a scouting trip, please don't do what I did. Make a scouting trip with the intentions of not going for vacation. You want to go and have a boring day and see what it feels like. That's what will really get you the best results in relocation, is when you take a scouting trip and you're there long enough that you're not doing vacation activities. You're actually living your life. You're actually doing your job during the day. You're taking time to go, you can walk outside, go get lunch, come back and finish your job, and then go out and have a great night, or go out to the beach in the morning, or whatever. Or if you're not going to work, simulate what a work day would look like, and then do that, because you want to know what it's going to be like on a routine day, or when you're bored, or when you're not trying to go to a salsa class, you're not trying to go to the ocean, you're not trying to hook up with friends to go drink, or just to get with somebody else. You're in a regular day where you may have to go get a medical checkup. You might want to get your teeth cleaned. You may want to go to the grocery store. If you're going to buy a bicycle, a scooter, a car, you may want to go and shop for those particular things. You may want to get a haircut. You may want to get your nails or toes done, whatever. Okay. That's how you really scout a place. That's what I help my clients do. I help them figure out, I ask them all these questions to figure out exactly what their lifestyle needs are. And then we point you, meaning I have a network of people that I work with. That's why I work in these specific countries, because I've got people on the ground that can help you. Okay. So that's one tidbit. There's so many of these little things that you cannot learn from YouTube videos, guys. Okay. I wish I would have had that last question that I've changed in the Global Scouting Report. It is so revealing. Let me pull up this question. Rehere's the question, guys, because the majority of you that took the Global Scouting Report, you didn't answer this because I hadn't upgraded the Global Scouting Report yet. It says, when it comes to executing a major international relocation, which approach best describes you? A, I value my time and peace of mind. I prefer to invest in an expert roadmap to bypass mistakes. Or I value saving money above all else. I prefer to spend hours on YouTube trying to figure it out for free. Where do you land with those two questions? Let me repeat it. When it comes to executing a major international relocation, which approach best describes you? A, I value my time and peace of mind. I prefer to invest in an expert roadmap to bypass mistakes. Or B, I value saving money above all else. I prefer to spend hours on YouTube trying to figure it out for free. Which one are you? Put in the comments, please. That'd be very helpful. It's not to put anybody on blast, but here I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you from my perspective, having been here now for 19 months, having made a bunch of the mistakes, and having interviewed other brothers who have made a successful transition, not just in Mexico. You guys remember I interviewed Jay abroad in the Dominican Republic. Go back on the next chapter for YouTube channel and go check out that video. Okay. But these guys have all the little nuances and things that will help you eliminate a lot of mistakes. Okay. Which one are you? Because here's what I'm going to tell you. And this has been my experience. The majority of Americans are penny wise and pound foolish. They're penny wise and pound foolish, or I shouldn't say pound foolish, time foolish. See, the United States does a mind uck without the F, because I don't want to get myself in trouble on here. The United States does a mind uck on all of us. Okay. What do I mean by that? Do I have a dollar bill? No, but I'll give you an example. So in the United States, this is Mexican pesos. Okay. But in the United States, it says, on the dollar bill, in God we trust. Which is a lie, because anybody that can enslave another human being, they don't know God, in my opinion. Okay. So in the United States, they have you so focused on trying to make money because things are so expensive. Do you know? Think about this. And I don't want to make anybody mad, but if you haven't realized this, peep game. You work and they tax you at least 30 to 35% of your money. So the money that you get was already taxed. Now, when you go to the store, you got to pay more tax. Now, when you go to a restaurant, you got to pay more tax. You put gas in your car, you got to pay more tax. You buy something online, there's tax attached to it. So almost every time you spend the money that you earned that was already taxed, it gets taxed every other time that you spend the money. How are you supposed to maintain a cushion? How are you supposed to save money and invest for a better future? How are you supposed to do all this and you make $80,000 to $85,000 and you don't have anything left over at the end of the month, and you're sitting here beating yourself up because you think you're a failure? No, you're not a failure. There are people that make $250,000 a year in the United States and they're living paycheck to paycheck. Now, the issue with some of them is that their lifestyle is a lot higher than it probably should be. But here's the thing. You haven't failed because you don't have the money that you want to have right now. You have not failed. Now, could you have made different decisions? Yes. But why do you have to sacrifice? You already work. Why can't you have enough money and time to take time off to regenerate yourself? What do you understand that in different countries, they understand that concept? Almost every country has more holidays than the United States. Almost every one. Okay? Even Europe, those countries are far more advanced in terms of understanding what their citizens need to be healthy and to be whole and to show up in their work environment feeling better about themselves, because if you feel like crap, you ain't gonna work for crap. We got people exhausted and they're just dying to get to Friday night so they can just get something to drink and just, right? Let alone, you might want to spend time with some friends. You might want to go see your mom if she's in the same area, or your father, or your cousins, or your best friend, and just have a good time. But you're too damn exhausted. You're not the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You're not doing wrong things. That's not what's happening. You're getting hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. So the next time, this is especially for you brothers who are married. Okay? Sisters, hear me out. Don't get all upset with me. Just hear me out. Brothers, we have to birth a vision to our spouses. What do I mean by that? The number one thing that puts stress in a relationship is money. Your wife may look at you and the money that you make, and I don't know many couples in the United States anymore that both can't work unless one of them just making really, really good money, and they've got, like, somebody in their family had money and got them going and got them a head start. Most of us don't have that. We have to start from ground zero. Most Black people. I know when I was first married and we had our first son, I remember taking a mason jar worth of coins to get gas. And the dude was hot because he had to sit there and count it all. And I was embarrassed. My wife at the time was embarrassed. And we weren't failures, but it's hard in the United States. Okay? So if you find yourself, you and your wife are beefing on money, you have to birth a vision to your spouse. Men, listen, here's what's going on. We're getting taxed at every single time. It's not like you make $85,000 and that's what you're getting. See, that's the trick. Oh yeah, I make $100,000. You might make that, but you don't have that. You'd be lucky to take home 65 or 70,000 after federal, state, and FICO, right? And I read some stuff about Social Security today. I'm not even going to bring it up in this conversation, but guys, we have to birth a vision into our spouses. And here's the vision. We need to find a way to make location-free income. Or if you're fortunate and you've been able to figure out the game, the money game in the United States, you've been able to save, invest, you've got a cushion, then you can birth a vision in your wife or your spouse. I'm not going to be, if however you roll, that's your business. God bless you. However you roll is good. That's why I say spouse. I shouldn't say wife. I should just say spouse. Birth a vision in your spouse that, look, do we want to enter our next chapter of our lives still getting nickel and dimed every damn time we reach for our wallet? Every time that we deserve to have a good meal at a restaurant. We deserve to take a trip to go recharge our batteries because we've been giving the man everything we got. We've been giving our kids everything we got. We've been giving our aging parents who we take care of everything we got. There's nothing wrong with doing for self. There's nothing. How good does it feel, men, to treat your spouse to something that she appreciates? Doesn't that feel good? Not because you're trying to make up for something, but because in your heart, you're like, man, you know what? He or she may like this. Let me get this for them. Let me pick this up for them because I know they would appreciate this. It's a show of love. But in the United States, it's hard to have all the love languages. Acts of kindness, that's it. It's hard to show acts of kindness when you're redlining your finances every month. You can't even think that deep. Your brain and your body are shot. You can't. It's hard to be romantic when you gotta grind, when you gotta give of yourself for someone else. It is hard, guys. So all that being said, you guys, listen, fellas and ladies, you're not failures. You're not. If you find yourself in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you're not where you want to be financially, it's really not your fault. Unless you're a lazy bum. Now, if you're a lazy bum, I can't do nothing for you. I can't, because I don't. Me and laziness, we don't. I can barely spell that word. And if that's you, no judgment. That's just energy and stuff I don't associate with. But if you're not lazy and you get up and go to work and you support your family, you support yourself, you're not wrong. You haven't done anything wrong. But let me birth a vision in you. Okay? Picture this. I woke up this morning. I try to wake up between 6 and 7. I've been having a hard time sleeping this week because I did my fast that ended on Sunday and I didn't sleep really well. And some of the substances that I, enjoy, I've taken a break from. So my body is resetting. And when your body resets, sometimes your sleep patterns get kind of wonky, right? So this morning I woke up and again, I didn't sleep well. But what I remembered is that to get your circadian rhythms together, a really cool trick is when you first wake up is to get sunlight in your eyes as fast as you can. Okay. So the way my place is situated, my bedroom has a deck, a terrace. There's light out there, but it at that time of the morning, the light doesn't shine directly into my terrace. So my elevator in my building, I'm in a smaller building, which I really like. I'm in a smaller building. I come out of my door, that I can go right to the elevator, go up to our deck where the pool and the stuff is. And this is the first time I did this since I moved here. I got out of bed. I got up there. There's a pool and I'm looking and I see the ocean and I got the sun in my eyes. Then I came back and did my meditation. And then I said my prayers and I wrote out my day's schedule. But you know what happened? I said, man, I've been working out pretty good. I'm going to take today off. And that's exactly what I did. So instead of going to work out, I took the time and did a Spanish lesson. Then I got into my work day. Okay. That's called time, freedom, and flexibility. So I've been grinding all day, sending emails. I was on a client call today with Brother AJ. Shout out Brother AJ. Great call. This brother has created a business to make himself location free. And as soon as he gets his clientele up, he's out of there. Okay? He knows what countries he wants to go to. He's in great position. Okay? So I did all this today. I'm on with you live. And then when I leave off this live, I'm going to go get some dinner. I'm allowing myself to have 2 glasses of wine per day. And then I'm going to come back home and try to get down and get a really good night's sleep. But I can do that because I control my time. Right? When I was in Chicago in the wintertime, calling college basketball games, running like crazy, sleep deprived, vitamin D deficient, and it's 10 degrees below zero outside. You think I'm getting up? You think I'm getting up and going outside to get some sun in my eyes? Hell no. No. I didn't have that option. I had that option here because I'm not rushing to get on a plane. I don't have to get up and do my research for a couple hours before I get on a call with the coach, or I got to go to shoot around. No, I have a business, Next Chapter Forward, and Bartles Breakdown is part of my overall business structure that I can do anywhere in the world. So when my body is off and I need to get my circadian rhythms together, I can go get the sun in my eyes as soon as I wake up. Then I can come back and meditate and do my morning routine and get my day going. I can't do that in Chicago year round. I could do it in the summer when it's nice, but from late October through late April, I mean, I could, but I got to bundle up and I got to be like this, looking up at this, trying to get stuff in my eyes and then go back in and take all this stuff off and then do my meditation. I don't want to do all that. Okay. That's how your life can look, guys, ladies. All right. I shared this in, on the email list to the free agents. So if you've heard this, please humor me. I went live on TikTok because my regular posting with my shorts I didn't think was attracting Black men over 50 that were looking to relocate. I go live the other 2 nights ago. There's a sister named Xenia that lives here in Playa del Carmen. She relocated here from Long Beach, California. Xenia has 8,000 followers on TikTok. I think I got like 3,200, 3,000, something like that. I see Xenia and I invite her to join me live. She joins me live and she helps families relocate here. So she works with a lot of Black women and Black families. She told a story. Peep this, y'all. You're going to like this. Xenia said when she was living in Long Beach, California, she had a studio apartment, 400 square feet, $1,700 a month. The reason she lived in that place was because it was 7 blocks from the ocean, from the beach. She had a business coach. I don't know if she still works with her, and she has a therapist. Both her business coach and her therapist told her 16-hour days, because she was an entrepreneur, were not sustainable. Her therapist said, how many times you been to the beach in the last 2 months? You know how many times she had been, y'all? 1 time. Because she didn't have freaking time. She was working 16-hour days. So she went into a therapy session. Her therapist said, hey, Xenia, you ever thought about relocation? She said, relocate to where? Like San Francisco or something? She said, no, relocate to another country. And she was like, no. She's like, what country? You know what her therapist told her? She said, you ever thought about Playa del Carmen, Mexico? She said, no. She said, I visited Cancun. I visited Tulum. I had a great time at both places. I never heard of Playa del Carmen. After that meeting, Xenia went and did 10 days of research. And then 35 days later, she had relocated to Playa del Carmen. She shut her business down. She sold her place. She sold all of her belongings. And after that meeting with her therapist that told her to look at Playa del Carmen, she was here in 45 days. That's how bad she wanted it. Because she wanted to make her business work. She wanted to stay in a place in Long Beach. I don't know if you guys have been in Long Beach, California. It gets a bad rap. Long Beach, California is nice. Now, there's areas of pockets that are a little difficult, a little rough around the edges, but Long Beach is nice. Okay? She desperately wanted to have this lifestyle of she's a Cali girl. She wanted to be close to the water. She had never thought about Mexico. 45 days later, she was here and ain't looked back since. Started helping families relocate, and she's got a thriving business now in Playa del Carmen because her coach and her therapist told her this is not sustainable. How many of you are in a lifestyle right now that is, deep down it's not sustainable for your health and well-being? For your long-term health and well-being, is your current life sustainable right now? Be honest. Okay? I want you to think about that, sisters. I specifically said that for Black women because Xenia broke it down. She said, listen, I didn't have time to date. I didn't have time to go to the beach. She said, I barely had time to clean my behind. I was working so hard. And for what? Yeah, I was close to the water, but I couldn't see it. In 2 months, she had been to the beach once. Okay? Some of you are in that similar situation. You know what you're doing is not sustainable. So I'm gonna throw this out to you. If you're one of those people that went to the Global Scouting Report and said, you know what? Let me pull that back up. You know what? I value saving money above all else. I prefer to spend hours on YouTube trying to figure it out for free. Let me tell you something. If you answer that, I'm encouraging you to check your mindset, because this is not something that you want to DIY. You don't know what another country and the possible roadblocks and opposition can present. It can break down the strongest brother, because I've seen it. I've seen cats come down here without a plan, and one thing went wrong. They were real tight on their finances. They had one emergency, and they had to run back to the crib. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people have to do that. I ain't going back unless I want to go back. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be around racist crackers, because I'll kill one of them. If they cross me, I'm cutting their throat. I'm breaking their back. I'm ripping their head off. And I don't care what people think about it. I'm too black and too strong. I'm public enemy. It's fear of a black planet over here. I don't dislike anybody except racist, bigoted crackers. White people, I'm cool with white people. But racist, bigoted crackers, line them up in front of me. Line them up. And I can still feel, y'all can feel that heat coming, can't you? I still have it. It would be foolish for me to think that 19 months away was going to dissolve 57 years of racism. I'm going to have this for years. But at some point, hopefully, it won't be right there because it's still right here. Y'all felt that? That wasn't no act. If I saw one right now and they said they crossed me, I'd get up and we'd be on. It's on. And I got the ancestors behind this right hand. And I got long arms because I'm 6'6", and I work out every day. And I don't work out. I do work out to look good secondarily. I work out to be ready. Because if somebody runs up on me sideways, they're in for a battle. You might get me, but I'm gonna get some. I'm taking some with me. Okay? I don't want to live like that. I'm a peaceful brother. I'm a peaceful man. I'm a very loving man. But America makes me on edge. I don't like being on edge. All right? So the choice is yours. You can DYI if you'd like. But I'm telling you right now, as much as we Black travel coaches, consultants, try to help people, it's impossible to put the best information in YouTube videos. It's impossible. Because if we did, we wouldn't have a business. I'm running a business. This is not a popularity contest, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I love to help people. I do. And I think the value that I'm bringing on these lives, on my YouTube videos, is tremendous. But I'm also running a business. I'm also needing to take care of my expenses. Okay? And what I can tell you is that I'm unique in that I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. Most people aren't like that. And if you've never been uncomfortable for a long stretch of time in another country, oh baby, I don't advise that, because most people are not that strong. Some of you are. Some of you can do it like I did. Most of you can't. And I guarantee that. Most of you can't. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. If you can't control your appetite, if you can't control what you put in your mouth, you can't handle relocating to another country on your own. You don't have the discipline. That's flat out. And that's free game. Nobody else is going to tell you that. That's free game. If you don't have the discipline to control what goes into your mouth and to keep you healthy, if you're unhealthy due to your eating habits, don't DIY this. You won't last. You'll break down. Okay? All right. I'm done on the soapbox. Let me get to my people. Dark Roast Productions. Good to see you. They ridicule them before being patient, typically. Don Worldwide. Salute, brother. Hey, man, Don. Okay, I'm going to give y'all more game. Don't pay for Spanish classes yet. Here's what I want you to do. Whatever, like for me, this is what I'm doing, and it's working. Okay. Now I spent I went and got classes. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I spent on that damn month of Spanish class. But anyway, it was okay. And I made a great friend out of it. Antonio's my man now. The teacher, I made a good friend. He's my boy. So for that, I'm grateful. And that was, let me backtrack. That money was well spent because he's a good dude. And he swears he's got black in his family. He's funny as hell. Mexican cat from San Luis Potosi, which is a little bit north of Mexico City. He swears he's got black in his family. He'll tell everybody that'll ask him that. Funny. Antonio's my boy, right? Antonio Multivice. That's my boy. Here's what I want you to do, Don. You know how I'm picking up Spanish quickly? I use this app called Pimsleur. I watch 30 minutes of Spanish basketball every day. 10 minutes or so is at the 15-minute mark, it started to slow down and I could pick up words. I started to pick up phrases because I know basketball. And so they'd say falta, that's a foul. Rebote, that's rebound. I forgot the word for shot, but I'm starting to pick up these words. And guys, do you know that a lot of Spanish speaking people, you know how they've learned English? Michael Jackson, Prince, one other guy had a hip hop group. Oh, it was an old hip hop group. It wasn't Sugar Hill Gang. It was Curtis Blow. Curtis Blow. This Argentinian dude said he is a hip hop head. He learned English through hip hop. So whatever is going to excite you, Don, whatever excites you, you can find someone in Spanish on YouTube talking about what excites you. Listen to it. Okay? Do your own study, learn words, but I don't know about taking classes quite yet because we're old. And Don, I'm not going to make an assumption of how old you are. Over 50 people learn a lot differently than under 50 people. I don't know why, but there's science around that. But if you expose your mind, this is how children learn how to speak languages. They're just around and they start to hear, and your brain will pick up patterns. I'm telling you guys, it works. It works. Almost every Spanish speaking person that, like my barber who's from Argentina, he learned through hip hop. Curtis Blow, Public Enemy. Who else did he say listens to? Oh, Naughty. He loves Naughty by Nature, right? Kind of a younger dude, so I was kind of surprised by that. Lisa, at the lady that's at one of my favorite restaurants, she learned English by she would imitate Michael Jackson, and I'm telling y'all, it works. So Don, whatever subject it is that you're passionate about, go on YouTube and find somebody talking about it. Just listen to them 10 to 15 minutes a day. Don't do 30 minutes like me, because I'm inundating. I try to inundate myself because I'm starting to really pick up the language. I'm about at A1 plus. I'm almost at A2 right now. Okay. And I think you can go all the way to C or D or something. That's really advanced, but I'm getting there. It's going to take time, but I'm getting there. Okay. That's what I would suggest for you. All right. What's up, Sammy? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Okay. Dark roast. Okay. There you go. Okay, WinRap. That's cool. Thank you for your honesty. This is great. This is why I love our free agents in Next Chapter 4, because we're helping each other. Your responses, guys and ladies, when you put comments into these lives are really, from my research on vidIQ, this thing that I use to research my YouTube channels, you guys and your comments and the engagement that I get on my lives is way higher than a lot of people. Okay. So you guys are teaching other people. When they come and watch the replay of this live, you're helping other people. So thank you so much for being who you are and being straight up. Okay. Oh, what's up, Rodney? Hey, me and Rodney been emailing back and forth. Wait a minute. I enjoy your sessions. Keep posting. It adds up, but will take time. Do an interview with Zoom to Thailand. Okay. PGZ's kid. Salute to you, man. Thank you for that. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. I will definitely keep posting. And yes, you're right. Everybody's not ready to relocate right now. So thank you for that reminder. Okay. I really appreciate you. What's up, Khalif? Salute. See, man, my tribe is showing up, bro. I love y'all. I really do. Okay. Try that, Don, and see what you think. And look, because you support me, shoot me your email address. I want to help you with this. I'm not going to charge you because you show up, bro. So I'm going to show up for you. Email me. I'm going to help you with it. And I've actually got something for you because you've been, you and Dark Roast Productions. If y'all, I will give y'all, if you're really interested in learning this language, I'm going to give you something for free. Okay. So Don, send me an email, Dark Roast Productions, send me an email because I want to take care of y'all for your support. I really appreciate y'all. I can't thank you enough. Okay. So guys, just understand that come here. I'm going to give you as much free game as I can. But the real good stuff, that's my business, right? That's what makes me point guard. That's what makes me be able to see the floor and be able to set up my teammates to get to the rim and dunk on fools, right? I help you slay your dragons because we all have dragons in this relocation game. Anybody that tells you any differently, they're not being truthful with you. There are dragons in this relocation game, and they'll get you if you're not careful. Okay? The majority of people that have been doing this business for a while, they had to overcome their dragons. Okay? So you can do it on your own, but I'm a team dude. I've always worked best in teams. I've gotten to the top of 2 different professions working with teams. Okay? I've become elite in basketball. I'm one of 5,000 people to ever play in the 77-year National Basketball Association. That's worldwide, y'all. That's not just in the United States. That's 5,000 worldwide in the last 77 years. The NBA is the elite of the elite. There's really no other group. There's no other CEO group. There's no other sports group that has as few of people in arguably the best professional sport in the world, the best professional sports league in the world. There's only been 5,000. I'm one of them. How many people do you know personally that have called nationally televised games? Because there's not many people that do it. Okay? That's not a brag. I'm showing you that there's an African, what is it? What's the African proverb? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. And if you guys know, if you've gone fast in anything by yourself, you inevitably make mistakes. I don't want you to do that. All right. So what's up, Fernando? Fernando, what's up, bro? Good to see you. $40 trillion in debt for the USA. 2017, the US was $20 trillion in debt. So every few years, the debt has exploded. Every year, $1 trillion paid in interest. That's facts, ladies and gentlemen. Fernando's spitting facts right there. That's straight facts. So we're in trouble in the U.S. All this debt means we will pay more in interest. Spot on, brother. Good to see you, Fernando. Salute, brother. Hey, guys, real quick, let me know, do you prefer this time or do you like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? The reason I'm testing this is that my research shows me that more of you are on YouTube at this time than you would be at 1 p.m. Eastern. So those of you that are tuned in, can you please share with me, does this time, Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, does this work better? Or does 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays work better? Because I'm flexible. I'm here for you. I want to provide the information when it's easiest for you to consume. You can always go back and watch the lives, but boy, it's so good to have you guys on here. We've got 29 people right now in this live. Isn't that great? 29 people here interested in the same subject, wanting to help each other. That's, to me, that's wonderful. Okay, Reynald says 1 o'clock. Thank you, Reynald. Reynald, salute. Thank you for tuning in. Reynald shows up. He's a free agent. He shows up all the time. But I want to make this more accessible to you guys. So I'm flexible. The research told me to go 6:30 this week, go 1 o'clock next week, go 6:30 the following week, and go 1 o'clock the following week over 4 weeks just to get a feel. But I want to ask you guys. This is best. One worse two. Okay, Dark Rose says this is best. Fernando says this time is perfect. Okay, that's 2-1. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what the research says, and hopefully, people that are watching once we get off the live, and you're a little reluctant to put what you think out there. That I respect that. That's fine. That's fine. But time will tell. Okay. All right. So, guys, just remember that it's not your fault if you find yourself in a situation where you're not where you want to be. It's really not. Don't let your family tell you that. Don't let your friends suggest that. Don't do that. Because here's the thing, guys. If somebody's telling you that, more than likely that's projection. Their own situation they're not happy with. Okay? So if you ever find yourself, and I don't know, you may get in a conversation with somebody on that, and they hint at, oh, you haven't done as well as you should have. Well, anytime you hear the word should, that implies judgment. Remember that. Anytime you're talking to somebody and they say, well, they should do this or you should do that, that's a judgment. And that's usually projection. That's someone else's insecurities that they're trying to put on you. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm so fortunate because I know the mayor. I hang out with the mayor of Playa del Carmen, Mexico. He's a brother. He's a retired Army cat. And if you were walking with him in Playa del Carmen, I ain't gonna say his name, but you will hear them say, yo, everywhere you go, right? He's on this live. That's my boy. That's my main man. I'm so happy we've grown a relationship. He's a real brother. Like, y'all would love him. He's an intelligent, caring, thoughtful, and he will kick your ass. He ain't no punk. But that's not that's not how he carries himself. Okay. But he's the mayor of Playa del Carmen, and he's a free agent. He's one of us. But he relocated down here. And shout out, Mayor. Always appreciate you, brother. So, okay, wait a minute. Now, PGZ Kid is saying something here. I didn't consider this. Now, see, PG Kid is on to something, ladies and gentlemen, because you guys have heard me talk about Stephanie and Rashida that run Exodus Summit, the group that has about 24 to 27,000 Black American women, and I believe 17,000 of them they have helped successfully relocate out of the United States. Stephanie does hers on Saturday or Sunday morning. And I've seen a few relocation experts do that. So PGZ Kid, thank you for that suggestion. I may try that. Probably on a weekend like Saturday or Sunday morning or evening are likely ideal. I usually watch a lot of stuff on the weekends, but as long as you put this out in 2 segments, 15 to 30 minutes pop. Okay. All right. Wow. Great call. Guys, this y'all see what I'm talking about, right? This is why community is so important. And in America, they don't want us to have community. They don't want us getting together like this. They don't want us seeking freedom. PGZ Kid, Reynolds, Dark Rose Productions, Fernando, y'all get this is community. We're supporting each other. We're so much stronger like this, guys, than we are like this. Now, we're strong individually because we're God's people. But boy, are we are, man, listen, we're unstoppable like this. Okay? So let's continue to build this community. Share this with one brother or sister, not a bunch. Share this with one brother or sister that you know is either has talked about relocation or is thinking about it. Share Next Chapter Forward with them and encourage them to subscribe to the channel and join us in this community building that we're doing. Okay? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I was scared to eat in the U.S. That's a strong statement, y'all. Guys, do you know I saw a video 2 days ago? This brother, he played basketball at Georgia State. He's got a very successful business that he's got a farm in either southern Georgia or northern Florida. He grows natural food and he ships, I believe, in the United States and Mexico and the Caribbean, I believe. He ships fresh food boxes. He said two things on this interview because I follow him because he's an ex-hooper. He said two things. The guy asked him, if somebody was diagnosed with cancer, what would you tell them to do? You know what he said? He said, the first thing I would tell a cancer patient to do is leave the United States. And the guy said, why? We have some of the best medical treatment for cancer in the world. And he said, why do you think that is? And the guy said, well, we're in the United States. We got money. He said, no. He said the cancer treatment doesn't cure cancer. It just prolongs you so they can keep taking your money. So he said, cancer patients can't heal in a stressful environment. You can't heal in a place that made you sick, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say that for the ones in the back that didn't hear me. You can't heal in the same environment that has made you sick. The second thing he said in that interview that jumped off the screen. Do you know that American chicken is banned in Europe? American ground beef is banned in Europe and 40 other countries around the world. Did you all know that? The chicken and ground beef in the United States is banned in other parts of the world. Okay? So, those are facts. Wait a minute. Khalif, you lost me? What happened? Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me? Somebody hit the comments and tell me that they can still hear me. Khalif, what do you mean I've lost you? What do you mean? Someone get in the chat and let me know that you can still hear me talking. Okay, thank you. Thank you, brother. Okay. Khalif, what do you mean I've lost you? Did I say something that... Okay, thank you, Fernando. Did I say something that you disagree with? Okay. Right on, PGZ Kid. I appreciate you. All right. Well, guys and ladies, I honor you and thank you for spending your time with me. You could be doing anything other than listening to this old man try to spit game to you, but you have taken the time out to spend this hour and 10 minutes with me, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you. I love you all. You have a great rest of your week. Don Worldwide, send me that email. Dark Rose Productions, I got yours. I got yours. I'm gonna send. I'll send you an email. But Don, if I don't have your email, just send me one back to remind me, please, because I've got something for you. And PGZ Kid, send me a note because I want to send something to you. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies. I love y'all. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. All right. And until next time,